Hey guys, it's Quickie Baby bringing you a game in the IS-6. I thought I'd just show you an example replay of absolutely beast moding it in the IS-6 so you can see the sheer brutality of this tank. This is a very, very nice matchup. You can see there aren't any artillery, you can see there are a lot of tier 6 tanks on the enemy team and they've only got 3 tier 8s. 4 tier 8s, sorry. I misjudged the AT-15 there. I'm playing this tank very aggressively, straight in. In this kind of a matchup I want to put out as much damage as I can, as quickly as I can. And that's what the IS-6 does best. It's got very well angled armor that's able to bounce shells incredibly well. And we can see that Tiger just totally YOLO'd and exposed his flank to myself and Ike, who's in a KV-5. He was able to put in 2 meaty shells, and as was I. And I set the Tiger 2 on fire, and considering he had an amazing matchup, I think he just had a very bad day. So, I'm on Skype with Ike and we're basically saying, let's just do this, let's just go for it, man, we've got to get as much damage out as we can. We can see the ridiculously bad aim time on the IS-6 here, but we found our shot and we put in a high roll on the Comet. That was a very high roll of 488. We finish him off with another fairly good roll of 407. So I'm putting my turret towards the M6 here. I haven't angled my armor very well, but I'm more focused on putting damage, and now I angle my armor properly against this M6. So we put in our second shell, taking him out. Now it's time to close the distance. One thing I found in the IS-6 is that don't try to engage targets at range, close the distance and brawl with them. That Black Prince is more than capable of bouncing my 175mm penetrating 122mm cannon over and over and over again. So I like to close the distance where I know that I'm going to be able to take large chunks out of him. That was a low roll though, 293. We can see this Black Prince, unless he loads premium rounds, is incapable of penetrating me. We secure the kill on the Black Prince and keep the ball rolling forwards. We can see the IS-6 is not too slow to accelerate. And just keep putting out those shells, keep putting them out. Just bouncing shells left, right, center. Taking out tier 6 tanks in 2 hits. Here we can see an AT-15, which actually is a slight danger to this tank. 225mm penetrating guns do have fairly high chance to go through this armor. You're fairly safe against 200mm of penetration, but as soon as it starts to go up to 225, you're in trouble. So Ike is bullying this AT-15. I want to get his flank, but unable to get his flank, I decide to shoot his weak point on top of his tank. And here, my first bad shot of the game. I hit Ike, but fortunately it didn't do any damage to him. And we fire another one after the Type 58 had just killed him, which was unfortunate. And we proceed to beast mode the back of the T-29, setting him on fire and taking the 7th kill. So let's just take a quick look at the post-game stats. We managed to get nearly 140,000 credits, and our 4,758 is a 2,379 experience game, non-double. We got 7 kills, which secured us the Top Gun, and we can see we did 5,260 damage. The IS-6 has got an amazing rate of fire. The only downside of this tank is its very low penetration and poor aim time and poor accuracy. But if you're able to overcome that and literally take the flanks of tanks and aim at weak points, then you're able to put out such a huge amount of damage in this tank and make credits very, very quickly, very, very aggressively. This has rapidly become, I think this has to be my favorite premium tank to play in the game for making money now. I have great results in this tank because it matches my playstyle, which is aggression and high DPM, and still having the armor to bounce the lower tier tanks. So you can literally just roll at tier 6 tanks with reckless abandon, and they've not got any chance to really penetrate you unless they get your flank. I fully recommend the IS-6. It's an absolute beast, and you really can't go wrong with this tank. It's very interesting because an unskilled player can do well in the IS-6, and I feel that a high skilled player can know what the weak points are of this tank and really just use its strong points to maximize the amount of impact that you can have in the game. It's an absolute beast mode tank, and I fully recommend it. So guys, if you've enjoyed this, think about giving it a thumbs up below. I live stream on twitch.tv/quickybaby on Tuesdays, Thursdays and Sundays. Hopefully you'll come and check us out, and you'll get to see games with me, Jingles and Ike on Thursdays as an example. So, as always, you've been epic. Thanks a lot for watching. Hopefully I'll see you guys soon.